Okay, Tom, over the years, people who have come to the Classic in the country have gotten an opportunity to see some of the very best players in the state of Ohio come here and grace the floor at Highland and kind of showcase their talents in front of these huge crowds. Who are five of the best players that we'll be able to watch here at the Classic of the country here this year?
That's a pretty tough question. If you take the consensus of all the national scouting services and the OGBR, will be between 70 to 75 Division I players playing here. In the past, 11 years, we've had all Miss Ohio basketballs have played here. In the year that they were crowned Miss Basketball, every McDonald's player from Ohio has played here, during the year that they were McDonald's. And so I preface that to give me time to process, to think. I would have to start with Bexley Wallace. Bexley is a 6'3" freshman, class 2018, out of Pickerington Central. At 6'3", you would automatically think she's a post player, but she actually is a perimeter player who can post up, not a post player who can step out. She's being heavily recruited by the likes of Duke, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Louisville, Kentucky. The list is pretty endless. A lot of the colleges have called her the future of women's basketball, whether that's fair or unfair. I know from an Ohio standpoint, she's the closest thing of our version of Della Don or Candace Parker to come out of this state because of the combination of size and skills. I'm not saying she's as good as either one, or will be, just a combination of that kind of size with those kind of fundamentally sound skills. All the top services have her ranked like in the top 3 in the country.
Well, it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun to watch her get out here and play, and I know that she has actually worked this classic for you over the years in junior high, kind of just becoming accustomed to the event.
She'll feel right at home here. She also comes up here and works out with Cousy, with Coach Cousy, with her ball handling, and so she's quite familiar with the Reese Center and the surroundings and the environment of East Holmes County.
All right, so that's the start of our first 5 players here that we want to explore. So who's next on the list?
I would have to say Shannon Coffey. Shannon's a 6'5" post player out of Centerville, and actually has committed and signed her national letter to go play at Stanford. She is a senior this year, obviously, and Shannon is probably, she's the total commitment to the game, what you see. If you make a total commitment to the game, she has changed, she has refined her skills, she has renovated her body, and the result is scholarship to Stanford. And so she wants to make a little bit of amends. They didn't play well here against West Holmes last year. Got waxed a little bit. I think West Holmes beat them by 11 or something like that. And so she's here to make amends. And so, and she's even gotten better. She's continually worked on her game. And like I said, if you want to see the result of what a total commitment to the game is, come out and see Shannon play.
And at 6 feet 5 inches tall, Coach Slaba doesn't have it. Most of his kids are 5'5", not 6'5". So Coach might want to watch this game just to see how a big post player performs.
Well, it was funny. One of the funniest pictures that I've seen, and was this spring and summer. Coach Slaba took his team to Indiana to play an AAU tournament, and they ended up playing the Dayton Lady Hoop Stars, who Shannon plays for, and one of the pictures was one of his 5'5" players trying to push Shannon off the block, and so that was quite comical there.
That would be typical. All right, so there's 2. We're coming up on number 3 here. Our midpoint. Who's another one of the players to watch?
I have to tell you, the most highly recruited player in the 2017 class is Braxton Miller. Not Braxton Miller, the quarterback, although this Braxton Miller is the quarterback of Kettering Alter at 5'9". Silky smooth, just really makes things look effortless. Is the most highly recruited player in the class of 2017. Very high basketball IQ, just things come easy, things come natural, very polished. Probably as polished a player as there is in the state regardless of class.
And you know, they played West Holmes in the finals last year in Division II. Did not have a particularly good game. You got to give credit to West Holmes for kind of putting the defensive clamps on them, but I'm sure that Braxton and her teammates would love nothing more to get back there and kind of make a mess for themselves.
Well, I don't think that was so much Braxton. I think you have to credit West Holmes. I think West Holmes was very special last year. They're one of those teams. It was like the team that Scott Rogers had at Mount Notre Dame when he had Mel Thomas, and they made that 28-0 run. There's something special about that undefeated season.
All right, well, we're over halfway home here, so who's our next up on our list of players to watch?
Another senior, Naomi Davenport, 5'10", from Cincinnati Mount Notre Dame, has signed a letter of intent to go to University of Michigan. And folks that were here last year will remember probably one of the great one-on-one matchups of the Classic, and that was Naomi and her Cincinnati Mount Notre Dame teammates playing Amanda Cahill and the Clyde Flyers. In that game, it almost got to the point where, hey, you two play one-on-one, you other 8 go get out of the way, because Naomi had 33 and Amanda had 32, and they were both having to guard each other, so it was truly a head-to-head matchup. And Naomi will lead her Mount Notre Dame team back in here, and don't go to sleep on Mount Notre Dame. I have Mount Notre Dame as the third best team in Cincinnati behind Lakota West and Mason, but Rob Matula at Mason tells me that, hey, don't go to sleep on Mount Notre Dame.
And I think that if people look back at that game, if you look at Cahill at the end of that game, I thought she was absolutely spent from having to just try and stop Naomi from getting them to the hole. Yeah,
I think both of them expended a lot of energy. I think Cahill was a little bit she had less than a full deck to play with because they had lost their point guard earlier in the year, and so she had to assume some additional duties as well. And I think it, trying to carry the scoring load, to offset Davenport, and as well handle the point guard duties took its toll.
All right, well, that's 4 out of 5. Might as well get our last one in here. Who's the fifth? And there's a lot more.
We're talking about 5 players to watch.
5 to watch. There's a lot more.
And just talk about players to watch. I would have to put Jamari McDavid in there from Kenton Ridge. And the West Holmes folks obviously will see Jamari on Saturday. Now, Jamari, don't get me wrong, I don't think she's as a top 5 basketball player here at this event, but without question, she will be the best athlete. In my 16 years of doing this, going on 17, she's arguably the best athlete I've ever seen. Her dad played with Miami Dolphins. Jamari at 5'9", she is a sophomore. Goes flat-footed off both feet, grabs the rim with both hands. Give you what kind of athlete she is. At the state track meet last year, Division II, she wins the long jump at 19.5 and 7/8. Nobody even close. Wins that, literally gets out of the pit, goes across the track, and competes in the championship heat of the 100 meters, comes in 3rd. And this is as a freshman. And so it gives you an idea of what kind of athlete this kid is. She's got a gear that nobody else has. And by default, she has to play in the post for them. She's more of a small forward type player. But she does have some skills. But just what an athlete. Just unbelievable athlete.
And, there are so many more kids that are kind of on the radar, kids to watch. And yet, it's always fun to watch, and it's special to see that kid kind of come out of nowhere and really perform here on this level.
Well, we're sitting here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I guarantee you we could talk past dark and just talk about the players that are coming here if we wanted to. And I know I could anyway, because it is like every year, and there's tremendous talent on display here. And this event has developed such a reputation among the players. It brings out the best in the players as well.
Yeah.